had to take some time off because of not so much the wrist, but the inside of her right hand with the tendons, and she's had some soreness, went through a lot of therapy. This is her third tournament back after about a 5-month layoff, and obviously she's feeling a little better.
Well, she finished 6th in her first event back in Ashland, Kentucky, and turned around and made the finals last week in Hoffman Estates.
And we're down to the final 2, both looking for their first ever WIBC Queens titles.
Dede Davidson coming up light, once again trusting it now, though on lane 13. Really appears that she does have a pretty good line to the pocket.
The advantage right now, you'd feel, would be Dede Davidson's?
Definitely. Dede has 1 game on this pair. We saw her make the adjustments early on, really did find a pretty good strike line. Jeanne, on the other hand, is really coming on cold. The lanes have changed a little bit on the right side for her. Plus, in the practice shots, in the half hour prior to the bowling, she did not seem to have a real good ball reaction. Jeanne Maiden from Tacoma, Washington, has been enjoying working at Cheney Stadium for the Tacoma Tigers, which is the Oakland A's top farm club.
Playing inside, and a beautiful strike for Jeanne Maiden, who has been searching for a place to play here on the championship round pair for the better part of the last hour.
Jeanne takes a 5-step approach, uses all of the approach. You can see here she steps, actually starts the ball on that first step. Very high backswing, very smooth player. Sets the ball short, does not get the ball out onto the lane. And when she gets lined up in this deep inside line, she is just so methodical. Right now she has chosen to use a shinier surface bowling ball and play very tight.
Only trouble is when you use a shiny surface and you get it going a little bit right, it doesn't quite grab and hit the pocket.
That's right. She is not going to be able to open up the lane at all. She's going to have to keep the ball very, very tight on line. She's trying to play right around that 3rd arrow.
Bucket with the 7. This is not pretty to look at here.
Very difficult spare. Jeanne also shooting this spare from the left-hand side of the lane.
Stuck at the line and did not get the break she was looking for. Took care of everything but the 5-pin.
Big break for Dede. Dede making a little bit of adjustment in that thumb hole. Very critical to get out of the ball clean. It's one thing to make good shots, and it's another thing to not be able to release it properly.
Looks like the pair is starting to tighten up a little bit for Dede Davidson.
It also appeared, Denny, that she really lost that ball. It looked as if she practically dropped it into the lane instead of hitting the ball on the upswing.
So she has a tricky spare conversion to contend with here in the 2nd.
Also with the sleeper, the 139.
Oh, lost it. And got a major league break.
I have to see if she makes some type of adjustment, possibly putting one piece of tape in it or something. You can see here she gets the break because the head pin hits the 3 and the 9.
And then the head pin takes out the 9. You know, one lady that we have missed here this evening, who is at home in Charleston, West Virginia, is WIBC President Gladys Banker, who is home with her husband Glenn, who has been feeling a little bit under the weather. So we want to invite them to the championship game. And Gladys and Glenn, enjoy yourself and watch 2 great players contend for your title. Ooh, well, I don't know if that was the adjustment or not a very good shot, but it's through the nose, back to the 4-7, which is what we saw a lot of early on in game number 3.
Well, to the opposite, Denny, she dropped the ball on the other 2 shots. That ball, it appears that she stayed with it. She tried to squeeze it a little bit harder so she wouldn't drop it, and she actually came around it too far. the 4-7 spare, equivalent to the 6-10 for the right-handers. Dede shooting across lane, giving it a little bit of hook. Jeanne Maiden, probably a future Hall of Famer, I would imagine, on the WIBC list. She's already been inducted into the Ohio and Cleveland Halls of Fame. She's just set a number of records. She has 18 300 games, which is a WIBC record. Her high series is 864.
Boy, she's playing a beautiful fallback shot as there's B.J. Trickey, the proprietor here at Westdale Bowl, and the folks here in Cedar Rapids could not have done any more for the ladies here this week. It's been a wonderful week, and the hospitality of the Midwest is always warm.
Jeanne Maiden right now looking to double lane 13. Last time she gave it a little bit too much room. The ball did not make it back.
Better shot. Ooh, well, 2-4-5. So she's inching her way towards the pocket on the left-hand lane.
A little bit of an easier spare than the one prior to this on lane 13. She does not have a sleeper. She only has the 2-4-5, but she did chop the 2-4 off the 5 last time. She will move once again a little farther left on the approach to compensate for the ball hooking left.
A little more turn, a little lean this time, and Jeanne, with a sigh of relief, takes care of the 2-4-5.
Well, if you're going to miss it, you're going to miss it far enough so that at least you catch the 2-4, throws the 2 into the 5.
Ahead by 7, in search of her 3rd professional title. Jeanne Maiden has 8 pro victories.
It would be the first major title for Dede Davidson.
Ooh, an excellent shot on lane 14. Which will be the first player to double here in the title match? As you mentioned, this is a major event. The other would be the Women's U.S. Open and also Samstown, right? The National Pro-Am?
That's right. Those are the 3 events. Wendy McPherson won that Triple Crown against Jeanne Maiden in the fall of last year. That was the last event that Jeanne participated in the fall. She was the top seed. Very devastating loss for her. She lost it in the roll-off.
Ooh, crisp shot there. Well, that looked like a pretty nice shot when it left her hand. 3-pin stands, and still looking for our first double.
Right now, I think the pressure building a little bit as well, Denny. Dede has bowled well here in 1990.